In your Tadasana and see that the weight is moving down very strongly into the heels, and from there you can engage. So you've got to go down with the leg bones, up with the soft tissue fibre and through the central column. So we want to see that we reach from that different direction in the legs to that really nice lift and extension. Let the arms release down. And now when you're in this position, because you have some experience, you want to see that the dorsal spine is moving in and you're rolling the shoulders back and down, lifting the sternum, chest up. And keep going up through the center of the body. And breathe. I want you to, we're working slightly differently today, so you can still work on this, whatever chair you've got. Okay, so you might want to have a brick as well. Let me put that over here. My glasses have gone flying. All right, now we're coming, I'm putting this blanket over here because when we practice these poses, they are quite strong, and what happens is the edge of the chair digs in to the leg. Now you're going to be in this position with the legs extended, ready to turn the feet for the bent leg action. So we get that turn, but you've got full support here now. Now I'm giving support so that you can really feel the hip work in these poses. So taking the foot far back, and now with that hold of the back of the chair, you bend the leg. Now you want to take that leg back so much so that you can come into this action. So it may dig in a little bit on the inner thigh, so you have to adjust it slightly so that you can get that connection, understanding. So when you're in this position, it is correcting. You want to see that the leg is, the inner thigh is moving back and you're coming into this action, extending the arms and turning towards the fingers, pressing down into the feet. Then we go a stage further, so work with me. So we go a stage further, holding onto the back of the chair. Now I'm going to take the hand down to the brick. Now you can take the hand down to the brick or to the floor, depending. This works quite nicely for me. It works very nicely on my spine. So I'm coming into this position to try to activate the spinal column and get the rotation. Pressing into the back leg nicely. Okay, and then releasing. Okay, this is quite nice because we're going to stand up again and see that we get this action. All right, so we go again, turning the legs. So some of you who find it quite challenging to get that turn of the legs, you saw that I bent the legs slightly so that I could get the turn. All right, so now we go into the action. You may need to bring the leg a little bit forward, a little bit back, depending. Now, if the knee is troublesome, then this is the answer. We put the leg onto a height so that we're not having to get such a bend. You can even have it at an angle if there is a big problem with the knee. All right, so we will come into the alignment of Vibhadrasana 2, and then we're coming for Parsvakonasana. So be sure that this edge of the chair is lifting this inner groin up. So it's quite a challenge. Now, what we'll want to happen is this thigh wants to come forward. Keep it back and lift up nicely. Okay, and then we come forward. Now, soften the belly and wait. We hold on nicely and then we take the hand down. So we're in this position. Now this arm is pushing that thigh back any amount. Roll your shoulders back and down. See, can you get that turn in action? Turn towards the ceiling, see if you can get that extension. Okay, very good. And then releasing. All right, so coming out of your chair carefully. You don't want to fall over your chair. So just come out of the chair nice and carefully. All right, so we're still going to use the chair. I want to show you how we're going to use the chair now. So we're coming for, again, standing action, but Trikonasana. So when we come for the Trikonasana, we've got the chair, we can hold on to the chair in this way. And then we can see, we can move a little bit further, but we're not going down so far. All right, so you get the idea. All right, so you can jump the legs or step the legs, whatever you're doing, then place the chair in a good position so that you can get this extension over in to Trikonasana. So I'm holding on to the chair seat first of all. I can put my hand down. Now, what I want to remember is that elongation that I got when I was supported. So you want to put your hand onto the chair, move the outer hip in, get that turn. Can you repeat that turning of the side waist? Can you turn from your right ribs up? And then we take the hand down. Now, see, can you hold a little bit lower on the chair, but still keeping that support? And then finally the arm comes up. The arm comes up, extending up nicely. Can you get that action completely? And then coming up. Well done. Come on then, let's go to the other side. So when we come to the other side, you want to see that, again, you come into the Trikonasana action, and then see, can you find the chair leg and push the chair leg down so it becomes a fulcrum. Then remembering that side waist, how you could turn that side waist, opening the chest and extending the arm up. Keeping all of that action. Keeping all of that action. All right. Well done. Okay, so if you've done, then come up and bring those legs together. Stand in a good Tadasana. Now just digest some of that work, taking the weight right back into the heels. Roll your shoulders back and down, lift up through the center of the body. Let the arms release down. Now a soft inhale and a soft exhale. Just take your time in your Tadasana. See that there's that grounded action. The abdomen is moving to the spine. Can you get the groin work? Can you get that groin work? Pull up the kneecaps and thighs. Okay, and now releasing. All right, well done. Okay, so what we're going to do is have a couple of bricks. So we come into your Parsvottanasana. Now you want the outer leg back. So you need your right leg forward like this. And your chair is to the flank of the outer right leg. And we come into the Parsvottanasana action like this. Now you want to see that your hips are nice and level and your abdomen's drawing nicely towards the spine side. And just wait a few moments for all of those actions to really start to ground the body. So you want to see that the back leg is pushing down strongly, front leg is pulling up nicely. And then we change direction. So the hand goes onto the chair, and then we hold on to the chair leg. So this will give us a little bit more awareness in that front leg. I'm going to widen my leg a little bit more. So now you can see you can cut back with this outer hip. So this is really a nice way to work, holding on to the leg of the chair and getting that reverse action. And work with it. You want to see, can you get that turn in action? Can you get the turn in action? What is restricting you? Now, if that's just too much, then of course you can put your hand here. It will be slightly different. But you want to see that you're pushing down until eventually you feel that you are able to then get that complete action of turning. Okay, and then release it. Okay, so quite strong action, I would say, definitely. All right, so we come to the other side. Come to the other side. Now we're taking the right leg forward. So you're in this position. And, sorry, left foot forward. Cut. So we're taking the left leg forward this time, and then holding on to the bricks in this way. So Parsvottanasana, coming into Parsvottanasana nicely. And then we see, can we put the hands onto the chair? This is always the struggle, isn't it? And then put the hand onto the leg of the chair. I'm going to move my chair a little bit so that I'm getting all of that. Now you've got to really draw up through the outer thigh, get that turn. Try and keep the abdomen supporting the spine, and then see, are you able to put your hand onto the back of the pelvis. That may be a step too far, so don't worry, keep your hand on the chair. Get that turn. Can you take the arm up, some of you? So this allows you to keep in symmetry. So carry on finishing your pose. Carry on finishing the pose. Okay, and then slowly come up. So there's different ways and different stages. So just come to the stage where you can actually get some sensation in your body. All right, so we're coming for Uttanasana. So when we come for Uttanasana, we can use, first of all, the bricks, have the feet quite wide apart, and see that you're getting the action in the outer legs, outer foot bones grounding down. Breathe. Roll your shoulders back and down, lift up through the sternum chest. And then extend forward, opening the back of the buttock, taking your hands down onto the bricks. Now if that's going well, keep the lift in the back thighs. Keep the inner thighs to outer thighs. Keep this lift. And then see, can you take the hands right down to the floor? Flat palms. Bend the elbows but lift through the thighs. Okay, and once you get to your final, then fold the arms and just let the elbows take you down. Let the elbows take you down. Okay. All right, well done. And slowly coming up. Okay, so coming back into a good Tadasana. So take the weight back into the heels. Just let those arms release down. Roll your shoulders back and down. Lift the sternum, chest. Lift through the center of the body. Let the shoulders release completely. Soft inhale, soft exhale. Okay, well done. We come now for Chatuspadasana. Now, I'm going to show you a way of practicing this action. If you've got difficulty in bending your legs, and I'm not quite sure how this is going to work, but I think it will be fine. You do need to have a yoga chair for this action. So those of you coming for Chatuspadasana, just have a little bit of a play with that. Or you may want to look at the screen and see, what's going on here. So exciting. All right, so I've got 2 bricks here. Okay, so I'm going to put my shoulders, got that a little bit out of line there. So I'm going to put my shoulders onto the blanket, lift up. So I'm sure you can all do that. Now those of you who are not coming into Chatuspadasana, then I want you to come into this pose. I know I did say that I would think of a way of doing this so that you would get full benefit. Now, really nice way of working also is by straightening the legs in this way. Slightly different action, but also very, very nice, really pleasant. All right, so that's for students who find it really difficult to do Chatuspadasana and really, really difficult on the knee. Then you can come on into that hip work, so you're getting your chest open and your hips open at the same time. Now those of you who are coming into the straightforward Chatuspadasana, you can see here I've got the blanket. Now I'm going to roll onto the blanket like this, so you want to have it folded nicely. Have the belt if you need it, and then come into this action of lifting. Now it might be that you're coming to this action of lifting, but without the belt. So see which one. Those of you who've gone for the chair option, that's fine too. All right, okay. And once you've done 2 or 3, you've probably done many now, but if you were looking at the demonstration, that's always a nice method to go to for lots of different reasons. Okay, and releasing, well done. Okay, so we come for Shavasana. So those of you who need to have a blanket underneath your head, fine. If you've got spare blankets, then have one over you as well. It's always nice to have a blanket over you. Just that weighted blanket really does help you to release into your pose. You can have also blankets over your thighs, which also work really nicely because they're quite weighted, they're quite heavy. And you can also put props, bolsters, whatever you've got hanging around onto your thighs, just to give that downward direction. And then coming into your Shavasana, closing your eyes, just moving all the props away. You don't want your props in the way, you just want to relax completely. Let the eyes soften, let the abdomen soften. And just see that the whole body starts to let go. Let go of the throat, the facial features, the eyes. Let the jawline completely release. abdomen soft. So for those of you who want to stay in your Shavasana, in your lovely peaceful state, then that's fine, do so. Otherwise, roll to your right side and come up into a seated position. And now see that you lift your spine, roll your shoulders back and down. Just be in your yoga space and take a couple of deeper breaths. I look forward to seeing you again soon. Namaste.